Okay guys, it's day 8 of the 20-gallon long reef tank. Day 8 of the cycling. Give you a little overview of what the tank looks like so far. Obviously I transferred this a couple days ago from the 10-gallon tank. It's got 2 varieties of green star polyp on there. They seem to be flourishing in the tank here. I have been testing the tank, and ammonia spiked very little, and I haven't even seen a real big spike in the nitrate. I am getting a little bit of the brown algae on the sand bed. Hard to see in this video, but there's little spots. That started, actually I noticed it yesterday, so around day 7 or so. So that's a good thing. That means that stuff is starting to decay, and bacteria and everything else in the sand bed is starting to grow. And there's a little spot right there. So that's good. One of the other things, I actually have a fish in here. I went and got a little blue tiny damsel. He's actually inside the rock here someplace. I haven't seen him this morning other than I saw his tail in one of the crevices. He likes to hide in there. So I put him in there to just help out with the cycling. Don't hate on me or anything. I know there's a lot of people say don't use fish. It's, you know, it's cruel and whatever. Well, I mean, he's doing fine. And I am testing my parameters, so if the ammonia and nitrate start to really spike up very high, which I don't think they will, I think I'll have a very mild cycle similar to what I had when I did the 10-gallon tank. The fish will be just fine. If it does crazy, you know, it does jump up really high, I can always take the fish out and put them in the 10-gallon. So just having him in here, eating and pooping will help with the cycling also. Put a little food in here, which you see floating around, to try to coax him out, but he's elusive this morning. I think he's still asleep someplace in this rock. So I'll go over my sump here. So here's my sump setup. A couple changes in here. You can see number 1, I've got a little light in there. That's just temporary. I took that off of one of my other little tanks. It's an El Cheapo, like 2-watt LED light. It looks really bright on this video. It's actually not that bright. It's pretty dark. So I have some algae on order. It should be here sometime middle of next week. Chato and a couple other little algae things from reefstogo.com. Free shipping. Seems to be the best prices I could find online. So I'm going to have algae in the refugium, I hate saying that, section here. I'll have one of the brighter lights from my 10-gallon once I transfer everything in here. You can see I've got some rock rubble here, just bits and pieces of dry rock, really, that I had left over. I put that in there. And I am running the protein skimmer here. There's been some debate. If you look at videos online and forums and stuff, people say don't run the skimmer while you're cycling. Other people say it's no big deal, you know, because the skimmer's taking stuff out of the water that you want the stuff in the water to decay and you know, go change into ammonia and then, you know, go through the cycle. And having the skimmer running is just taking that stuff out. But it doesn't take out 100% of the stuff. I mean, a skimmer really only takes out, from what I've read, maybe 20-30% of the stuff that's in the water. So really, I had the skimmer running for a little bit initially when I set up the sand bed, just to get all the cloudiness and stuff out. Then I had it turned down for most of the time, or I had it turned off. I have it running now just to get it primed up. And you can see there's a little bit of gunk in there. I'm running it kind of wet right here, so there's even a little bit of water in there. But it's taking a little bit of the gunk in there out. The reactor here, I've got GFO and some carbon in there. It's currently not running. Obviously, I don't want to have water, filtering through carbon and taking ammonia and stuff out of there. So right now it's not running. I did just turn it on for a few seconds because I moved the intake pump over here into the first chamber of the sump. It was in here, but obviously I don't want to, if I'm going to have, beneficial algae in here and copepods and everything else growing in here, I don't want them getting sucked up into the pump and filtered through the reactor. So the intake now is over here. I turned it on, it does work nice. This is a little bit of a mess, but it's a tight quarters here, so it's hard for me to get everything looking pretty without replumbing everything, meaning getting new hoses and stuff and getting everything arranged nice, but it's set up so it works. And then the return actually comes down here into in between the initial section and the actual refugium section. Got my heater in there, should be pretty good in there. And then I don't have a baffle here, or at least I don't have a, double baffle, whatever, like I do over here where the water overflows, comes down here, goes back up, and comes out. Just a single one here. Water overflows and goes into the return pump. Normally my water levels around this tape, top to bottom, someplace in there. It's a little early in the morning here. I haven't added any water due to evaporation, so the water level's a little low. Plus I just fired this thing up to make sure there weren't any leaks when I moved the pump. So it sucked in a little bit of extra water in there too. So that is a review of the sump setup so far. Hopefully I'll have some Jado algae, and I got some other kind of like red grape type algae thing, which looks really nice. We'll see what it looks like. Look nice online. It's almost nice enough to put into the display tank, but we'll see what it looks like. So, back up here. Tank is doing fine. Sorry I didn't get to see the little damsel that's in there. He's still asleep. So that's the update for day 8. Till next time.